So over the time that you've been with Goodegg, I know you've worn a lot of different hats, and among those was a role where you would take a lot of investor calls. And so I know through those conversations, you learned a lot about what these newer investors were questioning, with the information that they wanted to know. And I know that it continues to inform the marketing that you put out. So talk to us a little bit about that. When people first get into this space, what are some of those common questions that they have?
Yeah, absolutely. So really, I think that you hit on it before with building that trust. I think that, through those investor phone calls that I was doing, and then even now to this point, any of the information that we're putting out, people are really looking to try to build that trust. Why should they invest with us? Who are we? What can we do for them? Before they wire that money, can they really be sure that, we're going to see through on what we've said and put out there? And so I think that that's pretty much one of those main first questions that I would get a lot on the phone calls, and then, in any interaction still at this point, is really just, how do we know you're going to do what you say you're going to do? And so, that I have lots of information I share with people, but it's also very cool to be able to, share my personal story with that, So 3 of the deals that I've personally been invested have cycled out and we've sold. And so I'm able to say, listen, this really was a full cycle. This went through this whole entire process. We exceeded, all those expectations that we put out. And so, I'm able to really give that personal experience as well, that, these are good deals, and, we're really putting out the best for our investors.
Is social media really important and different, or is a website enough? What do you think?
Oh, I think it's really important. I mean, I think at this point in the world, I feel like everybody has some sort of social media channel, except my husband. You will not be able to find him anywhere. So I know there are the outliers out there in the world who are boycotting the whole process. But, in general, I think that it's just another way to put out that information. And it's more what I'm trying to do with our channels is have that real authentic look about who we are here at Goodegg come through the posts that I put out. And, so I feel that it's very different from a website. A website is informative and has the pretty picture, certainly, and that's really wonderful and necessary. But I think on the other token, I think that, that authenticity that we're all looking for in this world with those connections with other human beings, and so I hope to be adding that to our social channels.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's like, I always tell people that when it comes to marketing, the website is almost like, it's like a brochure, a beautiful living brochure. But it's an overview, right? You as the investor or the user or the reader, you don't really have an opportunity to contribute to the website. Blog posts, they refresh the content, they add to the body of knowledge on the website. But again, it's like, you're not as a user, you're not really part of that conversation. It's more like a lecture, like somebody's presenting that information to you. Whereas with social media, you really have the opportunity to be part of the conversation, to take what you've processed from the website, from the blog posts, from the videos, to really then ask your questions and to insert your perspectives. And so on that front, it's a really unique medium. And each of the, I know you know better than anybody, each of the different platforms has a different personality and different characteristics. So that makes it really fun too.
Yep, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I feel like social media has given us a way to really interact in a way that hadn't been there before. I mean, you can comment on a website or comment on a blog, but, I love hearing everyone's voices, when people chime in and comment, because I love that engagement.